Hi guys, this is Holistic Health Harry Alkali's for Life Talk Show. Today I'm joined by a very special guest I've been trying to get for the longest time. It's my bad that we haven't spoken, and now we are together and here in this moment. So Erik Storch, hello, how are you?
Okay, I'm wonderful. Life is amazing. Life
Indeed,
is
brother.
amazing.
Indeed.
Yes, every day is
Indeed.
amazing.
And
Yes.
you just took it telling me a bit off layer. So I know that you're in Thailand. Which island are you in again? Koh Phangan?
I'm in Kopangan.
Koh Phangan?
It's yeah, Kopangan. And actually I used to live in Chiang Mai.
Mm.
I lived in Chiang Mai for a year and then I decided to come to the island because I'm an island person. Chiang Mai is really difficult because it's got a lot of smoke.
Mm.
Two months of every year, it's really terrible. People can't breathe, can't see things, you know?
Mm.
So I decided to come here and my son asked me, he said, how you get into the island? I said, I'm gonna fly like everybody. He said, but Dad, you're not like everybody. He says, take a bicycle, ride the bike.
Mm.
I said, okay. So I rode a bicycle from Chiang Mai to
Mm.
Champon, which is 1,200 kilometers.
Whoa, cool.
It took me 12 days.
12 day ride, right. Okay, down to the
Yeah,
south from Chiang Mai. Cool.
yeah. So I saw many cities on the way, and I talked to many people, and it was really nice. You know, it was
Yeah. So you
amazing,
didn't have
amazing
like
trip.
your possessions and
Huh?
stuff. You didn't have much. You couldn't have had much possessions if you're traveling down.
I got rid of everything. I just who needs that shit? Who needs
Yeah.
that stuff? We don't need that
Yeah.
stuff. We just kind of
Yeah.
collect things, and and then for
Mm.
what? We don't use most of those things, you know.
Mm.
So I
That's
had two bags. I put everything in two bags, and I kind of tied it up to my bicycle in the back, and then I just on my way. It was amazing.
and the rest is
It was
history. And here you
amazing.
are now, living for quite a long time now. You've been in Koh Phangan, right? Living the dream life.
Yeah, this is like my second year, starting my second year here. And
Yeah.
for me, it's I'm over 50, so
Mm.
I can get a retirement visa.
Mm.
So for me, I get a year visa at a time, and it's very not expensive, and so it's not I don't have to do the runs, the visa runs and things like all these
Mm.
young people here do that.
Mm.
So I'm life is really amazing.
It totally is,
Um,
brother. Yeah.
6 months ago, actually, January 8th will be 6 months since I've been drinking, doing my urine therapy.
Cool. I didn't know you were on that, and didn't. Oh yeah, I was trying to remember in my mind. Is he on? I know we're on. We're going to talk about sun. So you are on urine therapy for 6 months now. That's cool. 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 Cool.
6 months now. I'm not drinking aged urine. I'm drinking just basically my
Fresh.
just my morning. Yeah, but it's a process. I know for me
Yeah.
it's a process. I'm in no
Yeah.
hurry, but I tell you, I can feel a difference. There's no
Mm.
question. I can feel a difference on my skin.
Mhm.
I can feel the energy. I just feel something inside. So it's
Mm.
a the first time, the first day I did it was a little bit kind of weird because I never thought I would do something like that.
Mm.
But afterwards, it's amazing because also I eat clean.
Mm. Yep. Mhm.
I eat basically raw,
Mm.
fruits and vegetables,
Mm.
and so there's no smell.
Yeah.
It's tastes like water. It's
Mhm.
my first if it's my first pee in the morning. It's warm.
Mhm.
It's like hot tea.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, you're saying you like the taste of it because you're eating clean too. So your blood, your ultra filtered blood plasma is coming out good. You're enjoying the taste of it, and yeah, I can relate to you a little bit on the first day because that's just programming, isn't it, brother? It's like the programming of years and years of until you experience something. That's the only way you can undo the programming from experience, and you did that after your first day. So well done.
Yeah, it's just what we've been brainwashed.
Mm.
We've been brainwashed, and I think most of the people in this world are extras in movies. When you're in a movie, there's some people who are the ones who are like the main role, the leading roles in a movie.
Hmm.
Leading actors. Those are the people that are aware, that are opening up, and they want to listen to new things.
Mm.
And more people are getting like that.
Mm.
But the sad part is that many people will never do that. Will never get. Not I'm just talking about urine therapy, but I'm just talking about everything, about the
Mm.
food and the thinking and stuff like that. So
Mm.
it's sad a little bit, but it's reality. I guess not everybody is.
It is kind of sad, but it's also kind of cool because that's what makes us warriors. That makes me enjoy my journey even more, that I have this opportunity and gratitude comes into my life because I realize I should be grateful because we should be grateful because so many other people don't have the opportunities to wake up, or they do and they don't. And then we've had the opportunity and we decided yes. And it was scary and fun, but we did it. And so we're proud of ourselves. So yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing. So yeah. So actually, I'm an actor.
Mm.
I've done
Oh,
films. I did. I was Chuck Norris's stuntman.
no, were you really? How cool is
Yeah, yeah,
that?
yeah, 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 yeah. I'll show you. So I'll send you some pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was a stuntman, and I did some films, and I did all kinds of stuff in life, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm open to things, and I'm on the island here. I wouldn't say I'm the oldest because there's some people in my age around here,
Hmm.
but
How old are you, Eric?
but
Exactly. Do
I'm
you
I'm
mind saying?
I'll be 65 in July.
65 years young. Wow, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, 65. So my friend told me, he said, "You're not 65 years old. You just been walking this earth for 64 years, or 65, 64 years."
Mm.
Yeah, so age means nothing. You know, this last Sunday, I went to ecstatic dance.
Mm.
You know ecstatic dance? Are you
I'm
familiar
guessing
with
that's
it?
a kind of like a very like moving around your body a lot. I don't know specifically. No.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. So it's just like there's like a DJ there, and for 4 hours they just play music. It's nonstop 4 hours.
Mm.
Go up, go down, and it's just like, and nobody's watching anybody. I mean, people just, you do whatever you do.
Mm.
So most of the people that are dancing are in their 20s, 30s.
Mhm.
Some a little one here 40s, 50s, a little bit like that. But I keep up with them. I do this
Yeah.
twice a week. Fridays we have, and Sundays we have. It's amazing. It's amazing. Look, we have to get rid of all that stuff that was in our head, that was put in our head,
Mm.
and reprogram ourselves.
Mm.
And then once we start thinking in a different way, then we can see all these things. I mean, through internet today, we can see all the lies. They've
Yeah.
been lying to us about there's nothing they told us the truth about.
Mm.
Nothing.
That's a good
There's
quote.
nothing.
Nothing they've told. That's I like that. Just repeat it again for everybody. There's nothing they've told us the truth about. It's pretty much true, isn't it?
Nothing. I mean, today they tell us that cancer is not curable. That's bullshit. Cancer is almost like a common cold in a sense. If you go, it's just basically you just change your food. You change your food, man. It's so easy.
Yeah.
It's so easy,
And yet it's
But
so
again,
hard though. I know what you're saying, but for them, from their point of view, there's like, oh, but I have to give up my treats and my shitty foods and yeah.
it's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah, it's just for taste. And after you get a taste for whatever other food you eat,
Mm.
you'll forget the other food already. You forget. I mean, I haven't eaten meat in 15 years. I have no desire to eat meat. I mean, I have no desire to eat the other stuff. The cooked food, it dries us up. We eat cooked food, the salt and everything, and then you just feel. By the way, I don't drink water.
At all. At all.
I don't drink any water. I stopped 6 months ago. I stopped drinking coffee. I've been drinking coffee for 45 years. I stopped drinking coffee.
Cool.
And I do juices. I drink juices. I bought a juicer and I make my own juice.
Mm.
I don't drink any water at all. I eat my fruits.
Mm.
I eat my watermelons. I eat my mangoes. I'm in a fruit place. I'm in a fruit land here.
Right,
This is Thailand.
Yeah.
We get all the fruit. So my place is just fruits. Basically just fruits, and I eat salads. I like vegetables.
Cool.
My salad.
Can I ask quickly a question for the original Thailandese people, the people that you see around you that are born in Thailand? Do they do the same as you, or do they?
No,
they don't. No.
The Thai people like meat. They eat meat.
Oh, okay.
All the vegan restaurants that are here, all the vegan restaurants are just for the foreigners. The Thai people, they don't eat well. The Thai people, they eat crap. They eat crap, and also many of these foreigners here that come to the island, they also eat crap. They eat pizza and they eat all this shit, which is, but they're gonna find out. There's no question about it. They're gonna find out. In China, 40 years ago, you never heard of people having cancer. Now it's because they didn't have money in those days, so they didn't have meat, so they would eat meat once every so often because they couldn't afford it. Now you drive by any hospital and it's packed. If you need surgery, you gotta bring your own bed into the hospital because there are no beds there. It's just packed with people going to the hospitals. People, if you keep going to the hospital in and out, it's if not for, let's say, not for like you break a leg or some accident, but I mean, just if you keep going in and out of the hospital because you're not feeling well, shouldn't you ask yourself a question? Like, why am I keep going into the hospital? What can I do? What am I doing that I'm the one who's sending myself to the hospital? It's not anything else. It's me.
Yeah.
They're sleeping.
It's like a culture of blame, and then we've got the deities and the saviors of their culture and our culture, which is the doctor, who's going to fix your problem by telling you you got to do this and that, and don't worry about tackling the root cause of disease, because don't worry about that. Just keep taking a pill and cover it over. They don't say it like in sarcastic voice that we know. They'll say it truthfully, and everyone believes them. And unfortunately, if you believe a doctor, a nurse, or a hospital, you're in trouble.
Because they have the fear factor.
Mm.
You know, my mother is 83 years old. My mother, for the last 20 years, been on diabetic pills. I called my brother. She lives in the States. I said, I told him, go buy her a juicer. He bought her a juicer. She started juicing. She's raw now. She's been raw for the last 6 months. She's off the pill. She doesn't have diabetes anymore.
Awesome. Yeah, nice. Wow. The power of raw foods to get completely off drugs. Very possible. I like that testimony that you've had in your real life, and it's your mother too. It's crazy.
Yeah, she's amazing because she gets all the vitamins she needs. She gets from the fresh fruits that she's making. She's eating, but it didn't take me long to convince her, because she was in her deathbed.
Right.
And she said she'd be willing to try anything.
Yeah.
So she did, and now she feels amazing. I talk to her every day, and we have amazing chats,
Isn't that another key point you just mentioned? I've talked about this a lot, but it's really important to touch base. Like, people only change when they're desperate, and that includes me, you. I don't know about you, but me, definitely. Your mum, you just said. A lot of us will only do it not from inspiration, from desperation, and that's okay, because at least you're changing and you're getting to that place of. But in an ideal world, part of me thinks, wouldn't it all be great if I didn't do it from desperation? If I was just brought up in a culture from birth that I was just a kid that was inspired to become amazing, wouldn't that be great? Like,
that would be fantastic. We're raising our children the wrong way. I ran into this thing called human design. I don't know if I sent you a book about human design, and
you sent me a lot of books I've got to catch up with, and
I sent stuff to people.
Good stuff.
In the human design, I'm a manifester. I'm here to inform people about things. I'm here to in the human design. My profile is a 6'2", which means one side I'm a hermit, which I can be on my own and I don't need anybody. The other side I'm a role model. Now, if you ask my friends, when I was in my younger days, if Erik was a role model, they would laugh at you, because I went in and out of jails. I was divorces, car accidents. Nothing worked for me. But that's the 6'2" life. It's 3 phases. One, the first phase, the first 30 years, life kicks the shit out of you. And then 30 to 50, you start kind of licking your wounds. And then from 50 on, you come out, and then people are like, you're a role model. So I'm a role model. Yeah. And I definitely feel I'm a role model, because, look, I'm walking around and I see these guys my age. They're all got these fat bellies. They're drinking beer. They're eating all this shit. Yeah. They look like shit.
Yeah.
And I look better than guys at their 30s, because they're drinking. Today I was on the beach. I do sungazing, by the way. Today I sungazed for 4 hours. Today, sungazing for 4 hours.
4 hours. Wow.
4 hours.
And what time of day were you doing over there? Please tell us more.
I did like this. I did in the morning. I did a half hour in the morning, half an hour in the morning when the sun rises. And then I did 2 hours. 2 hours at from 12:30 to 2:30. 2 hours.
Midday sungazing. That's midday time.
Midday. What's that? Yeah,
midday, it's around midday.
Sun. Yeah, that's when I feel it's like the heart is coming in. And then
isn't Thailand in the summer? What time of season are you over there?
We're in the island. There's no season
tropical.
here.
It's all tropical. Yeah, exactly. The sun's going to be really. I love it, but I know some people are going to be upset by what we're saying here. So you've got a really hot tropical sun, which is like hot all the time, and you're doing a midday sungazing for 2 hours.
For 2 hours, then I did the last half hour sunset. We have this place called Zen Beach, and in Zen Beach we have every evening there's a sunset party. People come with congas and come with guitars, and we have a fire there, and people singing, and everybody for the sunset. Everybody's watching the sunset, and it's a happening place on this side of the island every night. And so the sun is here most of the time. There's a few days we don't get sun. Sometimes but just the rainy season just finished, basically, and it was a really easy rainy season. Last year was worse than this year. So it's really nice. So every day I do sun gazing.
Yeah.
Because it's, I close my eyes. When I close my eyes, I see different colors. I see different geometric forms. I sometimes see faces. I see all kinds of stuff like this. And I also feel that I have some energy that's coming through my hands. I feel it. Even in my human design chart, it tells me that I have the shaman, and I feel it. I feel it. I feel this energy that comes from me. And a lot has to do from the sun.
Yeah.
From the sun. The sun gives me so much energy.
That's
and
great.
in the 2 years already, I don't have any. I don't own a pair of shoes. I don't have a pair of shoes. 2 years, I don't have shoes. In 1 year, I was living in Chiang Mai, in the city, going to shopping mall or going to the bank or going to restaurants. No shoes. No shoes.
Huh.
And I flew to Laos. And when I got off, first of all, they gave me a hell of a time to get on the airplane. They give me all. I said, most people, when they get on the plane, the first thing they do is they take off their shoes because it's not comfortable.
Yeah.
And so finally they let me on. And then when I got off in Laos, from all the people, the police guy picked me out, took me into his office, and asked me if I had any money. And I asked him if he wanted to borrow some money. Why, was he short on money?
That's good.
So he said, no. He said, be serious. You have any money? I took out. I said, yeah, I got money, of course. I said, why you ask me? He said, don't ask me questions. I said, I know why, because I don't have shoes. You think I can't afford it? I said, I don't walk around with those shoes because I can't afford shoes, because shoes are not healthy for us. They give us inflammation. They fuck us up. We need to ground ourselves, from all this electricity all over us. It's killing us.
Yeah.
So,
brother, this is an amazing story. I'm just going to relate to you a little bit. Even my Western world, England culture, because I live in England at the moment. I felt like that a bit yesterday, because I went to the cinema, and I watch films in the cinema in the daytime because that's the blue light, right? It's really bad at nighttime, really bad for your health. But unfortunately, yesterday I had to go and watch a film that's only showing at the nighttime. What I did was I wore my blue blocking glasses, which look fucking weird, from start to finish. And when I was buying the tickets, I was just chatting to the girl, and I tried to get in the conversation. Oh, look, by the way, I'm not wearing these glasses because I'm short-sighted, and although I am, it's not because I've got eye problems. I'm wearing it for health reasons. And I could just tell she was looking at me, and everyone at the cinema was just looking at me real funny. There's a guy with the glasses, like, doing the weird shit. But in my mind, I'm thinking, wait, you guys are unhealthy. What are you doing? Like, I know it's a cinema film, but I can still have fun and watch a film, but be kind of really healthy with my glasses. And you guys, please, what the hell are you doing with the blue light at nighttime? It's going to fuck up your health. You have no idea.
My son has a T-shirt. He says, you laugh at me because I'm different. I laugh at you because you're all the same.
Yeah.
They're all the same. They're not willing to change.
Yeah.
It's hard for them.
Yeah. And do you know how I look at it, brother? I think, like, all you have to do is, like, look around you. Everyone's unhealthy. There's a reason why. So don't copy them, because whatever they're doing is not working. And that's the reason why they're unhealthy. So you've got to do the opposite. Like you said at the beginning, actually, everything we've been told is a lie. So if they tell you something's healthy, let's take a rain check and do the opposite because it's healthy. If they tell you something is healthy, take a rain check and don't do it because it's unhealthy. And that's the rule.
Yeah, that's it. You got to do the opposite. Whatever they tell you, do the opposite, because whatever they're telling you, they're lying. When I was a kid in school, they used to come to the doctors, give us shots, vaccines, right? When I was a kid. And I'm talking about when I was a kid, we're talking 50 years, no, more than 50 years. I was like 6 years old. I'm talking like almost 60 years ago, right?
Yeah.
So it was different then than it is today. Today they shoot you up with all that shit, but they still do it. Yeah. And I had this something. I knew something was not right. So I would sit in the back, and then whenever the doctor would, the guy with the white coat, he would come into the school. As soon as he come to the front and say, "Okay, everybody," as soon as he came in, the door didn't even close, and I was already out the door. I climbed up this big tree, and I sat there. I never forget this. And I sat on that tree, and they called my mother. My mother came, and she said, "Come down." I said, "I'm not coming down until this doctor. I'm not coming down. I'm not getting these shots. No way, no way, no way, no way." Yeah. I fought that. Something inside me, I knew something was not right.
At 6 years old?
You knew 6 years old. 6 years old. I was 6 years old. I used to love climbing trees because I was a sports guy. So I just climbed that tree, and they couldn't climb these trees. They wouldn't be able to climb it. And I just sat there and I said, no. I'm a manifester. Manifestors you cannot tell a manifester what to do, Manifestors, they got their own drum.
At 6, you wouldn't have logically known the arguments against vaccines at such a young age, but your higher self, your true calling, purpose of existence, why you were here, was telling you at that age, maybe, communicating through your vessel and saying, hey, there's something shit here, don't do it.
Exactly. How would I know? I'm 6 years old. I didn't know that, but something, a higher power, the universe told me this is not for you, So for me, they couldn't get me. I was dodging them all the time, you know?
Touch bases. Can we go back a little bit to the shoes thing? I find it fascinating. So what benefits? So I'm totally down. I've done periods of time. I'm finding it really hard with social pressure. I do a lot of weird things anyway. So what benefits are you experiencing from shoes, and what was your main core reasons that motivated you to go around for such long periods of time without shoes now? What motivated you?
Just the idea that it's extra. It's like you feel like you're closing your legs, you're closing your feet, and you got to tie the shoes. And it's almost like they can't breathe, your feet, you know? And I was living in even though Chiang Mai is not an island, but just one day I just decided I don't want to wear shoes anymore. It just came out of nowhere. And I just felt like that. And I just didn't wear the shoes. And then I threw them away. I had I had a pair of boots that I used to love. I had these cowboy boots, and I threw them away because also when I changed into become more into vegan and stuff, I don't wear anything that's leather, nothing that comes from animals and all these kind of things, because it's just, it's also like a feeling that we don't need to do what we're doing to the animals, but that's another story. And I just felt walking around with no shoes, I felt I was grounded. I was grounded. So I rode my bicycle from Chiang Mai to here with no shoes.
Yeah.
No shoes.
Wow. Yeah.
No shoes. My feet are so strong right now underneath, because they're like really hard like a rock, So and another thing that walking with no shoes gives you, that is, they gives you, you have to be in the moment all the time. You can't be somewhere else. Because when you have shoes, you could be thinking about something else and walking, and then you could, on a nail, you would just, or glass, and it wouldn't go through your shoes normally. But if you're walking around and you're daydreaming, and you're gonna walk on some glass or something like that, so you have to be in the moment. You have to know where your next step is always. You always have to be watching where you're walking, which makes it in the moment all the time.
That's a really good point. You have to be more. I never thought of that as a health benefit. Of course, being more mindful and being aware of your surroundings, because you can't be lax, because you might actually injure yourself in the odd occasion, which, by the way, shouldn't exist. But unfortunately, we live in a society where now all of a sudden, yes, we do have nails and glass and shit that we shouldn't have. But yeah.
But the 2 times that I got hurt once was in my house in Chiang Mai. I stepped on some glass. It was in the carpet, and it just shot right through me like that. Wow. And then this lady friend next door, she came and she cleaned me up and everything. I didn't put shoes on after that. I just kept walking like that anyway. Fuck it. And then over here in my house, just like 2 weeks ago, this small piece of glass also just like came inside, took it out, cleaned it up like nothing. No.
So awesome. Not only that, you've got, urine therapy now. Urine therapy topically, your fresh urine would have helped with the easing process of cleaning it up too after you've had that injury, surely.
Yes, it's becoming, it's just more things are coming up. Things are coming up all the time. I do exercise every morning. I used to do 2,000, but now I do 1,000 push-ups every morning.
1,000? Okay, that's
1,000. I do 100. Now I do 200 push-ups at a time. I do 5 times. I do 1,000. I do these roller abs. I do every day 200. And I do a 15-minute plank every single day. Actually, on Sundays I take off. I take 1 day a break. I give myself a break.
How is that? Well, see, it's the cynics here. How is that even possible on a fruitarian raw diet? Some people would be like, oh, how are you maintaining your body weight? How can you even do that many on that kind of diet? Some people say that. So I'd love you to answer that question.
I don't understand this. I never watch what I eat. I don't do calorie stuff. I eat. First thing I eat is my first meal of the day is I eat a watermelon. I take a huge watermelon and I eat the watermelon. Let everything go in easy. And then I eat the rest of the day. I'm eating mangoes and papaya and I don't stop myself from eating. I don't think about, should I eat this? When I eat, I eat. I feel like eating, I eat. Yeah. I eat. And then I eat my salad. I have a nice green salad. It's an organic salad. I buy this organic leaves right here, very cheap. I put some tomatoes in it, and I eat my salad. This is basically what I eat every day. And I've always been a sports guy. I used to be a football player, so I was a football player. So I've always done sports. So, by the way, I weigh 62 kilos, which is the same weight I weighed in high school. Cool. I'm the same weight I was in high school.
How tall are you?
I'm like 5'5", 5'6". I'm a short guy.
That's quite light, isn't it? 62 kilos. Wow.
Yeah, but I feel I'm pretty much all muscle. Yeah. I'm all muscle, pretty much muscle. I'm basically, You know, I'm just, I don't need to weigh. People say, well, you know, you don't weigh enough. I said, I weigh enough for what?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What do I need to weigh more? What's the idea of weighing? I feel good. I feel healthy. You know,
Yeah.
I ride my bicycle about 30 kilometers every day in the island. I ride around.
Wow.
You know, I have a motorcycle also, but just when I like buy like lots of like the fruits that I buy, so I need to get my motorcycle to put down. Otherwise, I'm riding my bicycle all the time. You know, no, I wear no shirt. I wear no shirt.
All day.
I only wear
topless all day. Then you're going topless all day. That's good in the sun, getting the sunshine.
You see this right here? You see this is like a what is it called? This a shawl or whatever. Sorrel.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I know shawl. Don't know what sorrel is.
It's like it's like a wraparound. You wrap it around. This is what I wear every day. The same thing. My underwears and this. That's it. No shirt, no shoes, and I'm walking around like that in the sun every day, all day. And it's just amazing. So much energy I have, you know?
Now, I'm guessing, well, one of the things I definitely know science-wise is that the testosterone, because your sun is hitting, so much your skin is hitting that sunlight, getting the sunlight, it's going to, your testosterone levels, I know for a 60-year-old, if they tested it, would be like the levels of an average 30-year-old. And we know it declines every year of life. So you've got way above, that's probably one of the loads of reasons why you're very healthy, but you've got high testosterone levels because you're living the right lifestyle.
Oh, yeah, I'm in nature. I live in nature, you know? I'm living in nature. So, by the way, I never go to doctors. I can't remember. The last time I went to the doctor is 20 years ago, 30 years ago. I don't go to doctors. And people say, oh, you know, you should go and check your blood. I'm not giving my blood to anybody. What for? I feel great. Why do I need to go check my blood for what? Yeah. If I go in there, they're going to tell me something. They go, oh, you need this, you need this. I need nothing. I need what I'm doing. What I'm doing feels great. You know, we have a saying in English, we have an American expression. We say, I don't know if it's an American, but we say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
It's true, isn't it? Very true.
Yeah. Life is amazing. I love life every day. You know, my two sons. I have two sons. I have a 28-year-old son and a 32-year-old son, and they both live in Israel right now. And they're coming in February 1st. They're going to come here. Both of them are coming here. My oldest son is going to be here a month, and my younger son is going to stay to live here with me for a while.
Cool.
So three of us are going to go to ecstatic dance together with father and two sons. You know, we've also played football in the same team. Three of us when I was living in China. I was living in China for 12 years. Now that's a place I don't want to talk about. I don't want to say that. I want to talk about that. But
unhealthy. Unhealthy people around there.
Unhealthy. Food-wise and everything. It's just unhealthy. So there's lots of smog, lots of terrible air, stuff like that. But So I see you, I see the stuff you're writing, and I see all this stuff, and I see that you should be living in an island. You shouldn't be living where you're living.
Agreed.
Because for you would thrive on this place. You would thrive. All you need to do is you need to find an income. Because how do you survive now? How do you survive now?
So I'm living with my parents at 32 years old, which should be a shameful thing, but really, it's not.
Don't be shameful.
It's not really, because considering the amount of people I've helped on a daily basis now, and making my own money too, it wouldn't be possible to make I'm not making loads, but I'm making money. I started writing books, as you may be aware, and Sunlight and Sungazing, things that you'd be proud of and we're all proud of. But yeah, I'm building up a base, like you said, of money. To either my plan is not to stay here in this country because I'm brown and my skin color, my Indian heritage doesn't suit the color skin. The sun's not strong enough here. I'm Indian. I should be living in like where you are. I should be living. So that's my future. But for the time being, I enjoy working in a poison environment and building my base of money and building my knowledge, because actually, in a weird way of looking at it, I'm forced to work harder a little bit to be healthy here than if I was over with you. So I've got more to learn in an extreme period of time of really what is the best. Like Sungazing is the holy shit. Aged urine is the holy shit. So yeah, I've got a little bit more warrior in me that's got to prove myself in this country to thrive financially and health-wise and happiness. And then in the next couple of years, I'll be working with my friends in a retreat, either living with you guys in the tropics, working retreats. But my mission is very strong. It's much like you. I see myself as a healer, and wherever we go, brother, you know, it's like you just by being yourself, you're just gonna help people that are ready, and the ones that aren't won't understand you, and it's fine. You don't have to understand what I do, you know. So
right, exactly. Yes, there are people who are brought to this world to help others, and there are people, you know, not everybody's like that, but it's okay. So you know, I feel I'm one of them. I feel you're one of them.
Yeah.
Chris Manley, you know Chris Manley.
Yeah, talk to him a lot on Facebook.
I talk about him. I talk about it all the time because every Monday here. Today we have a fruit picnic every Monday. We have everybody brings some kind of fruit and we sit on the beach in Zen Beach and everybody kind of talks to each other and we exchange the fruits we eat. It's like we have a little nice family here. We know each other for a long time. And people were saying. So I was talking about. I said I know this guy. I don't know him personally, but I've seen him in different things. And what he says, he's a breatharian basically. He doesn't eat for like a long period of time.
Yeah.
People saying, "Oh, it's not possible." I said, "Of course it's possible. Of course it's possible. It's possible because think about that. Think about this. When we eat, we think we get energy from food, but really that's not true because when we eat, 80% of our energy goes on digesting the food. So basically, when we eat, it takes energy away from us, from our body.
Right.
That doesn't give us energy.
Yeah.
It's just a psychological thing because the cells rejuvenate themselves. So basically, we don't really need the food. I mean, let's put it this way. It's a higher level. You need to get to a higher level. There's no question about that.
I think what you're doing with sunlight and sun gazing particularly is the high level because that's known to digestion. That's straight into the eyes, which is the most important photoreceptor of light, which translate into what? Circadian rhythm function, optimal hormone function. Actually, the red light sunrise is food for the mitochondria when it goes into your eyes and skin. I mean, yeah, you're feeding yourself what you're doing and what we're doing. It's crazy.
Yes. But you definitely have to be in a more of a sun place. There's no question about that. Absolutely. From the beginning, when I saw you and I heard your stuff, and I'm saying, why is he still there?
Yeah, why is he still
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I understand that. Yes, I understand.
No, but 100%, brother, that's to come in the future for sure. Actually, you said something interesting that I'd like to touch base too. That I'd like to talk about. You said something about socializing and having groups of family. Because what I'm thinking, and it's really important health, even within our Facebook health crowd, is we're kind of isolated. And what we do is we use Facebook to talk to each other. But I'm thinking that what you're doing, face-to-face interactions with people that you actually like, even if it's not on the beach, but wherever you are at. But just face to face is way more powerful than like a Facebook interaction. Do you know what I mean? Would you agree with that? Like, or video?
Yeah, you know what? I kind of got off the Facebook. There were a while. Last time we were supposed to meet, I was really deep into the Facebook stuff, and then that's why I took a break. I just said, you know what? I can't deal with this stuff anymore because people also when you say things out there, then people will jump you and tell you all. Like for instance, I see a lot of times people saying, oh, you're in therapy. Some people like. We'll talk about it, and there's somebody. Oh no, it's a waste. It's this, it's that. Even my brother. I told my brother about this, and he's like, So people are going to be pushing against it and stuff like that. And then you realize the point is like, why continue? Why fight them on it? If they don't want to know, let them go.
Yeah.
I want to tell people things. Yeah. So it's definitely being out and seeing people out here. Everybody's out. The weather is nice here. Everybody's out all the time, so you see them in restaurants, or you see, not that I go to restaurants, but you see them all over the place. And I ride my bicycle, and I'm saying I get hugs from most amazing, beautiful girls every day.
Cool.
Hugs. I don't have a partner right now. I'm living. The last 2 years is the first time in my life I'm living alone. I've been married 4 times, so I've had my share of connection with women. But the last 2 years I've been living on my own. I want to tell you, Harry, it's the most amazing thing there is. There's nothing like it. They tell us that when you get married, you have a girlfriend, whatever, you should be sleeping in the same bed together. Yeah. Well, we have different auras, and to sleep together is really difficult. It's not easy to sleep together. So everybody should be sleeping alone. Even if you're married, you could have sex in the bed, and then each one go to their own room, because the sleep you get much better when you sleep alone, when somebody's in your aura.
Oh, I like that. I read in books. I'm very open-minded to everything people tell me. And I like what you just said there, because I read in books too. It's better to sleep. I don't know. And I like that. Yeah, maybe it does affect your aura to sleep in a bed with someone, even if you think you're close to them spiritually. And yeah, that makes sense. Resonates.
It's got nothing to do with it. It doesn't mean that you don't love your wife or she doesn't love you. It's the fact is that when you're sleeping anyway, you don't see each other. And once you close your eyes, you're into your own world. Yeah. And so you have to share the same bed, the same room. Yeah. I sent you that book called Human Design. I would love to do your chart. Ooh. I have a feeling that if you just send me the date you were born, the day, the month, and the year, the time you were born, time,
you can do that.
the city and the country, and I'll do your chart, and I'll send you your chart.
Okay, let's
And
do that, brother.
I'll tell you about it. I have a feeling you're like a projector, because you're here to guide people.
Yeah.
You're I don't think you're here to work. I think you're here to guide people.
Yeah.
You're not here to work. When I say work, it doesn't mean you don't get money, but you're here to guide. From your guidance, you will give people will take good care of you, you know?
Yeah,
So
I think we
send me
all.
that information. I would love to I would really love to
Oh,
know
I think I'll
what you
definitely
are.
send it to you afterwards. Yeah, 100%. We can find out all that we are. I love the information you're sharing and all the books you've given me. I've read one or two. Cal Newport's one was good. Is it not
Which one? Which one? Which one?
Cal Newport's one. Digital Minimalism. That was a good book. I don't know if you remember sending me that. You did though.
I don't know if I send you this book, but I think if I didn't, I will send it to you. It's called Tuesdays with Maury.
You did, yes. I read that before, actually, years and years ago when I was getting into
amazing book.
Good.
Amazing book. Amazing. It really touched my heart when I read that book, because it talks about, I told my children, I said, listen, everybody dies. Okay, at a certain point we're gonna go. Where we're gonna go, how we're gonna go, we don't know. So why is it a surprise? Why are we so sad about it? I told them like this. I said, guys, my oldest son is a DJ. I said, listen, guys, I want you to invite all the people that knew me and your friends and everything, and play some music and dance and celebrate my life. Don't mourn about my life. Don't cry that my father died. No, if it was my time to go, it's okay. I'm okay with it, whenever it is. Although I told you I'm going to live to be 300. But
300.
I'm going to live to 300.
Only 300. Only 300.
We'll start at 300. It's like when somebody says, okay, I want to live to like 90, and when you get to 90, say, no, I want some more.
Yeah.
I keep listening to Chris Manley, and Chris Manley says we don't have to die. So
yeah,
I'm starting to believe him. And
here's the thing with that. Even if you want to be cynical about it, we all know about the placebo effect and the power of the mind anyway. So if you keep saying something, guess what you're going to do? You're definitely going to extend your life by days and years if you keep believing in it. Even if you say something ridiculous by mainstream standards of like 1,000 years old, you live longer just by believing you'll live longer. Fact. It's a fact.
Words have powerful. Words are powerful. Send it out.
Yeah.
Send it out. That's why in the mornings when I wake up every morning, the first thing I do, I start to laugh. I just laugh and I laugh and I laugh and I laugh. It's like a 5-minute laughter. In the end, I'm on the floor cracking up because it's real. The laugh becomes real.
Yeah.
Because like a river opens up and then everything starts to go. And
mate, I'm having synchronicity now, because the day before yesterday, I was listening to a podcast where he said that I knew about it before, but he said fake laughing, if you do it long enough, turns into real laughing, and that's just what you said you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I do. And it's really interesting. Today we sat at the fruit picnic, and there was about 20 of us there. And I said, okay, guys, let's do this laugh yoga, okay? I'm going to start this thing. I'm going to lead this thing, and everybody's going to start laughing. We're going to laugh. So they all watched me for 5 minutes. Nobody laughed, except one girl laughed. They just watched me. And I started laughing, and I laughed, and I didn't, and I just kept going without stopping. And it became real, and I just couldn't. I was holding my stomach. And there's one girl, she said, it's so sad. She said, it's so sad that we lost the children in us. Here we see this guy who's laughing and not stop laughing, and nobody joined him in. Nobody joined in. They looked at me like I was a freak.
Yeah.
And especially here where people are like much more open-minded. I was just like, I said, hey guys, I enjoyed myself. You guys didn't want to laugh? You know what? Fuck you. Yeah. And then they started to laugh when I said, fuck you.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like they need a reason to laugh. You don't need a reason to laugh. You just start it out, and then things will come.
I come from a logical angle too. I hate to be the logical guy, but sometimes I like logic, and I've seen the studies on laughter. Like studies on laughter show that it increases your human growth hormone, increases your endorphins, and get this, it turns off the genes that for type 2 diabetes. What does everyone suffer from now? Type 2 diabetes. What am I saying? If you go and laugh every day, you're going to really help your type 2 diabetes if you're pre-diabetic, and all this stuff. It's just crazy. This is proven by science. Like, why are people arguing with this stuff and not doing it?
It prevents, it's amazing. It prevents, it's also people who are depressed. If you're depressed, instead of going to the doctor, sit there in the office, pay the bill, they give you a pill, and then you go home. You wasted a whole day, all afternoon or all morning. Just 5 minutes every morning, just laugh. Just push yourself to laugh. It's so easy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's okay. We gotta try new things.
Even beyond that, like just doing something really healthy at the beginning of a day sets the tone for the entire day. So if you're doing something powerful like laughing, that's gonna be in your system. What you've just done there, your vibration for the whole day.
I don't get angry anymore. And as a manifester, if I don't live my manifesting life, I'm angry. That's anger. I get angry. And I used to be an angry guy. I don't get angry anymore. Nobody can get me angry. There's nothing can happen. Even, I tell you, I want to tell you something really quickly. I was riding my bicycle, and this guy with a motorcycle, this Spanish guy with a motorcycle, he cut me off. He went into my lane and he cut me off to get into this other place. And so I had to brake a little bit, but anyway, he didn't hit me or anything. And as I passed by, I said, "You son of a bitch." I said that, which was that's a reaction. Yeah. We shouldn't react. We should respond, but not to react. So I reacted, and I knew that. And after I said it, I said to myself, "You shouldn't have said that. Fuck it. It passed already." This guy, he turned the motorcycle. He went around. He blocked me off. He got off his motorcycle. He's a little bit taller guy than me. He's a Spanish guy. And then he pushed my bike down. Whoa. And he fell on my leg, and it actually started bleeding on my leg, Yeah. And I looked at him and I said, he said, I said, "Look at the way you're driving." He says, "Everybody drives like this." I said, "Just because everybody drives like this doesn't mean it's right. You cut me off. You almost hit me. You almost hit yourself. Why are we doing that?" Yeah. Okay. You foreigner. He's also a foreigner. Anyway. So I said to him, "Listen," and he was really right in my face. He wanted to fight. He was like, he wanted me to punch him or hit him or say another. I said, "Listen," I said, he's like in his 30s. And I said, "You know what, guy?" I said, "I don't want to do this. You don't want to do this, because what's going to happen is you're going to get bloody. I'm going to get bloody. And the police will come. And then maybe they'll throw us off this magical island. For what? For my ego and your ego? Is that what we're going to fight about? The ego? Okay, fine." I learned something from that. Definitely. Next time, now when things like that happen or something like that, I don't react anymore. I just let it go, and nothing happened, and you just continue moving on, But it was his thing. I'm not an emotional guy. It was his thing. It was his issue. Yeah. And he jumped on me like that because he knew, one, he made a mistake by cutting me. On top of that, he wanted to fight to prove his ego. Yeah,
that's a powerful lesson. It reminds me of something that I do still, because no one's perfect, not me. But I'm not saying I'm perfect. You, Eric, are not saying yours. But with me, what happens is I will get triggered either on Facebook or something, and I'll have these thoughts of anger or division, or I'm better than somebody. But here's the thing, I'll have them, but I won't respond on that medium and type it out. Because if I type it out, I've just put it out there in the atmosphere. So now they're aware of it, and it just manifests into an argument. So I have these thoughts. I'll never get rid of them. They're just becoming less and less. And I won't feed the thought by manifesting it and saying something like you did with that guy. You said it out loud instead of kept it in. And then you realize your mistake. And if you type on Facebook, something's going to start arguing, I just keep it in, practice it until eventually, maybe one day it won't go, but I enjoy just not projecting bad vibes. Speaking out something that you regret is ultimately stupid, because we're all going to die. And when I remember seeing something about the graveyard, never say something to people that you're going to regret on your day the graveyard. So they say, "Oh, Harry, you said this once to somebody on YouTube or on Facebook or in real life." And if it's bad, you shouldn't say it, because you'll regret that when you die,
Yeah, but what you went through, what I go through, and many people go through, this is natural. This is it's just the way we are. It's because we react. Yeah. Instead of responding, we react. If we respond, we would ask ourselves. You would ask, how can I help you? What are you looking for me? This guy, Marshall Rosenberg?
No, I'm not aware of him.
Marshall Rosenberg, the communication, what is it called?
Oh wait, I do. Non-stop violent communication. Is that the book?
Non-stop.
I've heard of him. I haven't read
I've watched his videos. He's got videos on YouTube. You should watch it on YouTube, because it's really amazing. Because the words we use and how we use them, it's offensive, or either way, the other person is taking it. So when somebody's jumping at you for some reason, they want you to come back with them. It's like somebody cuts you off in the thing. They want you to give them the finger. Yeah. So that they want you to do that. But when you say, "Peace, it's okay, go in," like that, for them it's difficult, because they're not expecting that. So instead of us jumping and reacting, we need to respond. So what can I help you with? What is the problem right now that you're having? What do you need from me? What do you need from me right now? And that kind of tries to bring it down a little bit. And this guy's amazing, this guy Rosenberg. If you have a chance to see some of his videos on YouTube, it's really amazing.
Definitely going to check him out. I knew his book is really popular. By the way, I'll just tell you a quick story you might be aware of that reminds me of what we're talking about, the Buddha. Do you know the story of the Buddha and his top disciple?
The Buddha and the, yes.
You do. Like his top disciple, who became his top disciple, was actually someone that sent out to kill him. He hated the guts of Buddha, and he got a knife and he said, right, the Buddha's in this town at this time, sitting under a tree. I'm going to murder him. So he walked up to him with a knife and said, I'm going to stab him. But as soon as he saw the Buddha was so high vibration, enlightened. And the Buddha looked at him in such a way that the man's heart just melted and all the anger just left him as he encapsulated the Buddha's vibration, just went inside him. He said, he dropped his knife and said, right, Buddha, please tell me how can I serve you and how can I be with you? And then he became his ultimate follower from his position as a murderer who's saying out to kill him. I love that story.
Yeah, because it's just, yeah, of course, you know, it's you know this guy Sadhguru?
Nope. No.
You know Sadhguru?
Oh yeah, of course I do. Sadhguru, yes, of course I do, man. Sorry, yeah, you pronounce it differently. Yeah, Sadhguru.
He's an amazing guy. He's an amazing guy. I listen to him, and he's got
Yeah.
He never answers a question.
Yeah.
He leaves it on you. But he gives you this kind of a wide kind of a thing where there's many choices. So
yeah,
it's an interesting thing. It's also, yeah, there's lots of, you know, he said, people are asking me what is the purpose of life? What is the purpose of life? The purpose of life isn't it enough just to live? Isn't it enough just to live? What people think they need to build buildings and they need to do all this kind of shit. You know, they don't need to do that stuff. Yeah. They need to live. And you know, when I bought my juicer, they gave me instructions with it, how to put it together, how to make juice. When we were born, nobody gave us an instruction how to live, what to do.
Yeah.
You know, nobody gave us anything, and when we just heard it from our parents, who had no idea whatsoever, because they learned it from their parents who didn't know anything. And everything was around, again, it was all lies to us. So basically, you know, to figure out, to get to a point, you know, it's interesting. We're born stupid, and then we're ready to die. We have all this knowledge, and then we go. It should be the opposite. You know that movie, Benjamin Button?
Yes. Huh?
You know, so this is where you could use it, you know, because right now, you know, by the time we get it, we say, oh, okay, maybe it's time to go, but it's not time to go. No. It's not time to go. 300 plus.
Yeah,
and 300 plus.
You know how I look at you? I think like the ultimate goal and what you're doing is you're not just collecting so much wisdom, living the right way and doing all the things you are now, but also you're returning to a childlike state of being as well. You've got the best of both worlds, isn't it? You know, wisdom plus the childlike.
I love my child in me. I never want to grow up. You know, I'm still climbing trees at the age of 64. My friend, she has this durian tree. You like durian?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So she has a durian tree. So I go up, I climb up on top of the tree there, and I throw all the durian down from there. I'm scratched a little bit, but you know what? That's okay. When I was a kid, I also scratched when I was I was climbing mountains, but climbing trees. I love climbing trees. Yeah,
that's the real exercise, brother. That's the real exercise. Not in a gym, stuck inside a nasty light in the Western culture.
I don't have a gym. I don't go to gyms. I do everything here on my balcony.
Yeah.
I have this amazing house. You saw the house in that video. I pay $440 a month.
Very cheap.
So it cost me less than 1,000 US a month to live here totally, everything.
1,000
less than 1,000.
That's pretty good. Wow.
That's like what, 800 pounds?
Yeah. And how are you financing yourself? How do you find that? Like,
I'm teaching English online.
Okay, cool. That's good. Yeah.
I lived 12 years in China, so I have a big following from China. I don't work for schools. I just have my own private students. And I teach young kids, and when I teach them English, I'm not teaching them English. I'm teaching them life in English. I'm teaching them about, I'm taking 10-year-old kids about sungazing. I'm teaching them about walking barefooted. I'm teaching them about eating healthy food, about exercise. I'm teaching them, I'm planting seeds in their minds. And that's amazing, because if I just had to teach grammar in English, I wouldn't do that, because it's not for me. So I'm such a lucky guy. I'm such a lucky guy. I love my life. It's just amazing, you know?
Yeah, and that's
so amazing.
It's so amazing what you're doing with that. You're teaching them all about the health stuff whilst teaching them another language too. But the main benefits is you're planting seeds of the way that we should live, the way that's towards health and happiness, so that we don't have to ultimately ask questions, like you said earlier, what is the purpose of life? Because I think asking that question means that you're not happy with life. We should all be happy from start to finish in an ideal world. We shouldn't have to figure out these things, should we? We should all just be, like you said, like Osho said, be, not figure it out.
Just live the moment. Live the moment. You don't need to build a big mansion or big something in order to accomplish something in life, you know?
Yeah.
You know, I'll send you this thing that somebody sent me. It was really interesting. It said, we buy clothes,
Mhm.
we buy our clothes, and then we sit and we buy clothes to go to work, and then we buy a car to go to work, and then we sit in traffic on the way to work, and then we leave our house vacant while we're working for the house and the clothes and the car that we go to work for.
Yeah. Yeah. I've seen that too. And there's another one saying that we're buying shit that we don't need to impress people we don't even like. And that's so true.
When I was younger, I had a Mercedes, you know, the convertible Mercedes, and picking up the chicks at the clubs,
Yeah.
and living in Hollywood and stuff like that. And I thought those were the important things in life. Today, I have a bicycle. My brother just bought a $150,000, and my brother lives in LA. He's still a money guy. 60 years old. He's still chasing money. He owns trillions of houses, and he just bought a $150,000 Mercedes, right? So he showed me the picture, and then I sent him my picture of my bicycle. I said, "That's my Porsche." I said, "It cost me $300 to $500 for my car. You know, you paid $150,000. It takes us both the same place, and he lives in the city."
Yeah.
You know, I don't have any belongings here. Not really. I have very little clothes. I have a nice place that I live in. I have good food I eat, and every day is beautiful. I wake up in the morning, in front of my house is coconut trees and banana trees and mango trees, and I hear the birds singing in the mornings, and I hear the animals of the jungle. I go to the beach, I sungaze, and I teach. I teach 20, I get a few more students now, 24 classes a week, which comes out to like what?
3 a day? 3 a day roughly. 3 a day. 3 an hour.
3 a day. So actually Saturday and Sundays are my warm most, because they all go to school on Saturday and Sundays. So basically on Monday I don't teach, Fridays I don't teach, Tuesday I have like four classes, Thursday 2, Friday, Wednesday 2 classes, you know. So basically my days are free for myself, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, most people in this world, their first priority is not their health.
Right. Yeah.
That's the main thing, because we don't have time to be our priority, because we got to go to work, pay the mortgage, got to take care of the kids. We got to pick up the kids. We got to do this. We got to do all that. We don't have time to take care. So sometimes they stick in, they figure a way to go to the gym for an hour really quickly.
Yeah.
That's not doing it. That's not doing it, because then you go to the table to eat the food, and then whatever you did in the gym, you just kick the shit out of it back by eating all that crap you ate.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so most people their first priority is not their health. Indeed.
Yeah.
And that's like about 90% of the people, maybe even more of the people in the world, because they don't, you know, and then when they're sick, when we are in a hospital bed or something, the money and the houses and the cars don't mean anything.
Like
They're
your
useless.
brother, like your brother, maybe, unfortunately, may happen in the future. We'll see on that one, but hope not. But
yeah, my brother was never. I have 2 brothers. My little brother and I, we were football players, and my other brother, he was just not into sports. He just lost, for the first time in his life, he lost 50 pounds. He lost 50 pounds because he was a really fat guy, and every year, 3 or 4 times a year in the hospital for that stuff. So he's getting better. Yeah. He's getting better, but still, you know, I mean, everyone's priority should be to live.
Yeah, to live.
And to live, we need to be healthy. Life and health goes together. Yeah. There's no one or the other. No. You know, if you want to live a good life, you got to be healthy.
And being healthy makes you happy. Happiness is the meaning of life. If you want to sum it up, just to be the best version of yourself, happiest, free from the bullshit, the lies, just doing what you love and not having pressure of divorce, debt, and I need to do this. That's not against my nature. All these things, right? Simple things. Here's
another thing. The last 2 years, I can count the times I've had sex in the last 2 years. Sex.
All right.
Where before, up to before, it's not. I'm just not saying it to brag on me, but I've had sex with hundreds and hundreds of women in my life. I was in China, and in China I had all these girls, and then when I was living in Hollywood, and sex was always there for me, and I couldn't live without sex, I thought.
All right.
And so now I live with myself. If I don't have a connection, if I don't find a connection, there's no way that I'm going to have sex with somebody. There's no interest whatsoever. I have to admit, I used to be a predator. I would see beautiful girls. And now, Harry, I'm not kidding you. When you see what's going on here on the island, when I was there today at the beach, they got all these beautiful Russian girls and German girls and French girls, all with their G-strings. And this one girl, this girl, this girl was so stupid. This girl, just the things I was hearing from her mouth. I was just sungazing and I'm hearing things around me. Sure. This girl was so beautiful.
Yeah.
Tall New Zealand girl with a G-string. She was, what a beautiful body, but nothing here, nothing here. Just, I'm going to get high right now. I'm going to get drunk, and then tomorrow I'm going to do this, the same stuff. Okay, whatever. It's the time. Yeah. What I wanted to say. So now, and most of us were brainwashed with the porn, If we don't have sex, we go to the porn. Absolutely. This is porn is right up there with the food and the alcohol and the drugs, It's right up there. It's all combined together,
Yeah.
And so now I wake up, because I wake up really early. I wake up like 5 o'clock in the morning, And so by the time the evening comes, I'm tired. I don't even have the energy. I have no energy to turn on the porn. Yeah. And so I'm retaining my sperm without
trying it, without doing it as an effort.
Trying.
Yeah.
It's not an effort. It's not an effort. So I don't remember the last time I ejaculated,
Wow. Yeah. Huh.
I don't remember, but it's okay. And I don't feel before. I'm talking about 3-4 years ago. If I didn't have sex one night, I would go fucking crazy. I gotta have sex. My wife in China, I said, why no sex tonight? What's going on? What's going on? Why? Oh, I have a headache. I don't feel. Oh, a headache. Come on, sex is good for a headache. Yeah. You take away your headache. Sex is good for everything. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm from being a predator to being a really nice guy. Now I can feel. I feel all the girls that are around me, and there's many girls around me. They don't have any fear for me.
Yeah.
They don't fear that I'm going to jump them and I'm going to do anything or anything. They feel that I'm there for just a conversation, to have a nice talk, to have a nice chat. And if we don't have this thing between us, this chemistry thing between us, more than just a sexual thing, then they know for me that I'm not. And I see all these young guys, all these predators out there looking at the girls. No judgment, but I was like that too. So I'm saying.
Yeah, so it takes it back to what you used to be. It reminds you of who you used to be when you see them. You're like, oh, I used to be like that, but now I'm not. I can't relate to you anymore.
Yeah, we can make a U-turn in life.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. True. And you have, brother, just to sum up a little bit, like your U-turn has been quite phenomenal, from, like you just said at the beginning, from having the money, working with famous people, living in Hollywood, having money and doing all that stuff, to the position you find yourself in now, and telling us about, how healthy and happy and free you are, and really you found your purpose. It's bloody amazing. So thank you very much. And I would like to ask you one question before we leave, though. Is there anything we haven't touched base with that you would like as a last message, or a last message you'd like to leave the audience with before we go?
If there's anything I would like to tell people is that you see this thing right here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the book, Human Design, it said.
I sent you this book. Just this, a chart looks like this.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
So what I would like to say is that Human Design changed my life. When I found out about Human Design, it changed really something amazing. It basically, what Human Design talks about is it's about your 9 centers. It's a 9 center. We're 9 center beings, and what it is it just tells you what is right for you. Now, don't believe what they say. Don't believe anybody what they tell you. Just in general, everything in life like that. Have to experience everything yourself. But what most people do, they make their decisions with their mind. And that's the worst thing you can do, is make decisions in your mind, because your mind can justify anything. Your mind can go up, your mind can go down. We all have a different way of making decisions. Some people with their gut feeling, some people with everybody has a different way of deciding about things. We have a strategy. Some people's strategy is to wait for something. There are people who have to wait for something. They're not initiators. And then there's some people who are initiators, and they don't need to wait for anybody. These are manifestors. I'm a manifester. I don't need to wait for anybody. I manifest things. I initiate. I inform people, and then what they do with it, it's up to them. I have a feeling you're something like that also, because you cannot worry about when you tell people about your message.
Mm.
and then worry what they're going to do about it. You should push it. No, that's not your thing. You need to just put it out there, let them know it, and then what they do with that, it's up to them. Because you can't go in everybody's house and knock on their door and say, hey, you need to do this because this is what we need to accept people the way they are.
Yeah.
And like you said, there's some people that they give you this fight. They give you this fight. They fight you about the stuff you're saying and stuff like that. You can't change everybody. You could just put the stuff out there, Harry, and then the people that are gonna listen to you or are gonna understand and try to go inside and experience themselves, because you experience this stuff. You're not telling it out of books. You're telling it out of your experience of life.
Yeah.
You've experienced human therapy. You're in therapy. You're a part of it. That's why you can do it. Otherwise, you couldn't just say it from the book.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
that's so true.
So I would think in the year 2027, there's going to be a big change in this world. 2027 is a big change.
Cool.
And the world is coming towards it. The world is coming towards it already. You can see it with veganism in the world is changing, and the whole world is getting tired of all these governments and all this stuff, and we're getting awake. So who knows? So I would tell people to go into the human design, to check your human design. It's really simple to check it, and it will open up. It will tell you how your mechanism works. Each one is different. Yeah. Each person's chart is perfect for them, and that's how. I cannot work the way you work, Harry, because that's not me. You cannot work the way I am because I'm me and you're not me. Everyone has their own way, and they figure it out how to do it. So, and the human design helps you to see it. It doesn't limit you. It just helps you to see it. What you do with it is up to you, like anything else in life. Yeah.
That's so awesome, brother. Thank you. And please do send me the human design. I'll check. I don't think you have sent it to me, so don't. And
I'll send it to you again. And send me your information, and I will send you your chart like I just showed you.
Okay, I will do. Does that apply to anyone that's watching this? When I post it up in a few months or weeks time, so they can have, and you send it to them too, or should I can send it actually. To be fair, once you get it to me, I can send it out to anyone.
I can send it out, no problem. I like to do this. This is for me, informing people about things. This is what I do. Yeah, I don't. I have my income coming in from my English teaching. And I'm happy, and I'm not looking for anything else. I just want to help. I want to just share things with the people in the world, because that's what I'm here for. That's what I like that. I like informing, and if people can learn from it and they can change their lives, then far out, because money is just paper.
Yeah.
It's just paper, you don't need that much. Here, I don't need much, so I'm not looking for anything like that. Yeah, so what I wanted to say last thing, so you're going to post this somewheres?
Yeah, I'll put it up on in a few weeks' time, month's time, or 2 months' time, maybe. Some a bit backlogged, but I'll post it up on my Facebook and my YouTube too, so people will be able to see. I'll put up links to the human design probably, or at least tell them that you can directly, if they were interested, directly to message you on my Facebook. So they'll probably send.
By the way, I also have a YouTube channel.
Perfect. Yeah, and by the way, I'll send you the file to this so that you can. I think it's a good idea for you to put this up on your own YouTube.
Yes.
So I'll send you this file.
Yes. Yeah. So if you could, maybe you could have people kind of look at my YouTube also if they.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, when we go live on it, I'll put up a link to your YouTube, and I'll send you as well to your YouTube at that time, so you can put up onto your YouTube. Actually, you can put it anyway. You can put it up tomorrow if you want to. I'll send it to you. Give me.
Okay. We need to pass the word around, Harry. That's
we do. And you know what I was saying when you were summing up there, I thought, wow, thank you very much for being you, brother. I learned more about you. I already know a lot about you, but I learned more about you in a much deeper level on video, and we all did. So thank you very much for the light that you're bringing to the world, and helping people for free, and all the things you're doing. And I really admire your story and where you've been through and where you come from. So keep up the good work, brother, and we'll keep in touch. And yeah, thank you so much.
See you, brother.